Before I start this ultra important episode, please know that my latest video was taken down for saying something different than the official narrative, so I won't be able to post for a week. In the meantime, I'll be uploading on lenniemoreno.com and on my Facebook page. Also, I'm just gonna say this. Not being able to speak freely, especially when it helps people to find their inner strength, use critical thinking, and become a better version of themselves, should not be accepted anywhere. The censorship of the last 2 years was imposed by people that can't win a live debate because their argument doesn't make sense. Censorship creates a weak and divided society. My message is about building a strong, united society. And being on a specific platform, it doesn't define me. What's right is right, and life goes on. All right, let's get started. Over the last 2 years, the system has made a lot of people afraid, but not me, and not the winners I know. Today, I'll give you my 3 tips to never be afraid again. Always aim for the top, be the best of the best, winning on winning on winning.
All I ever think about is winning. I don't need to fit in. I try to explain again and again, but you never want to listen. Never want to push.
The unknown can sometimes be scary because it pushes us out of our comfort zone. Like when we're alone with our thoughts and create scenarios because we don't have full control over the outcome. But what is control anyway? The more we try to control something, the more it controls us. By controlling something, we think we have power. But the more we relinquish power, the more powerful we become, because that's when we build a trusting relationship with life. So it's by letting go of control that we can let the things around us blossom naturally, the way that they're supposed to, and leave the fear behind. Letting go of control is a good start, but knowledge is equally powerful. Understanding why you are afraid of something will help you recognize the sometimes irrational fears you have built up in your head. So instead of avoiding situations out of fear, do the work and understand where your fear is coming from. From my experience, it helps to open up about your fears to the people you trust. Once you voice your fears and they are out of your head and in the open, they don't seem as scary anymore. For example, imagine that someone says something to you that you absolutely disagree with, but you're too afraid to generate conflict, or you don't have all the tools you need to start a debate. Then what happens? You're like, damn, I should have said something and stood strong behind my position. I can't believe I didn't. And then you're mad at yourself. But if you do the work and understand what is behind your fear of speaking out, you won't be afraid to stand behind your values. So dig deeper and ask yourself, am I afraid of being judged for having a different opinion? Am I afraid of not fitting in? Am I afraid of conflict? Let me tell you, once you understand the root cause of your fears, you will be strong enough to stand by your position because your relationship will now be between you and what you believe in. I'm gonna tell you straight. Scared of heights? Climb a mountain. Scared of the dark? Take a walk in the forest at night. Scared of being judged? Speak your mind loud and clear. Scared of a fight? Get in the ring. Scared of being alone? Be alone for a while. Scared of dying? Embrace death as a friend. You think we've been given this privileged life from our ancestors because they were afraid, wearing masks and staying at home? Or do you think we got it from courage? Take risks, my friends. Buying into fear is just not a way to live.
All I ever think about is winning. I don't need to fit in.
Let me ask you this. Why is it that every morning the mainstream news is not starting their segment with something like, remember to take your vitamins, eat a healthy breakfast, and exercise this morning. Do it now. Get off your couch and be a strong example for your loved ones. Go, go, go. I mean, they are the government's official mouthpiece, so they should care about your well-being, right? Unfortunately, no. We all know that fear sells and mainstream news has done nothing to strengthen the population. I'll repeat, mainstream news has done nothing to strengthen the population. They are the manufacturers of fear. Remember that they have corporate sponsors and government orders, and they need the viewers to be glued to their seats, absorbing the next dose of insanity coming from a carefully redacted script. Mainstream news is just a propaganda machine. Remember, they'll insert some real news in there to remain credible, but the rest follows a very specific agenda. And if you say something that doesn't match their narrative, you'll be demonized or discredited. And unfortunately, even with all the proven lies, there are still many who believe in what they have to say. But once you take the time to understand all the financial and the political links, it will become apparent that mainstream news doesn't care about you, your family, your health, your financial situation, or your life. We have to come together and stop listening to their orders. I don't know about you, but I don't want to take orders from people who don't have my best interests at heart. I will ask you one question. What has mainstream news done to make you a better person? That's what I thought. They want you indoctrinated. They want you afraid and hooked on their products. If they cared about you, they wouldn't lie. They wouldn't allow the advertisement of cancerous products on their channels. They wouldn't have a political opinion. News is supposed to stay objective. And they certainly wouldn't try to scare you all the time. So I'll just end tip number 2 with this.
Sharing of biased and
False news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish things that are true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
All I ever think about is winning. I don't need to fit in.
I believe we are infinite consciousness living a different experience. Right now, I'm living the Lennie experience in this body. Once this body runs out of batteries, is this the end? Of course not. It's just the end of this human experience. Why are we so attached to life if the system governing us prevents us from reaching our true potential? In my opinion, it's because we all believe in a better future for ourselves and our children. And we believe in having a purpose and that we can do great things in the time we have on this earth. But if you're constantly being told what your purpose should be from the mainstream news or Hollywood, you will be stuck working for someone else's purpose, not your own. And you will be afraid to try new things. But if you can believe in your greatness and that your greatness is not attached to anything but yourself and to the people you can touch positively with strength, you will stand tall, chin up, back straight, and start living without fear. I believe something is waiting for all of us in the afterlife. And when your intentions are pure, we will graduate to a new level of consciousness and a new and improved experience. So for now, let's all embrace our future lives, and this way, we'll never be afraid again. We interrupt this episode for an important message from our sponsors. Stockholm Syndrome. Love your abuser. Help enforce your abuser's agenda on those around you. Praise the people keeping you locked down. Praise the people destroying your business. And most importantly, praise the people destroying your children's future. Stay under Stockholm Syndrome, and you're gonna keep losing, and losing. So to recap, if you never want to be afraid again, remember, embrace your fears, turn off mainstream news, and accept life as just being one of your many experiences. This is how you win, and win! And now it's time for ZIA'S killer question. Oh no!
About to go down. White gloves treatment every time I come around. I even got your lady that be jumping.
So I like your tips, but what would you say to those who aren't afraid to speak their minds, but don't want to get censored online or by their friends for saying something that doesn't fit the mainstream narrative?
Wow, that's a great question. Well, if the mainstream narrative is not true, then why would you want to live in a world of lies? And if you're afraid to be censored, know that there's plenty of alternative platforms out there, not just the mainstream ones. So, you know, in a true democracy, there's no place for censorship. And as far as your friends, then if you can't be yourself 100% and live by your values, then I'm not sure that these people are really your friends. I would think about that for a second. And then on the other side, you can only become the greatest version of yourself if you don't care about what other people think. If not, you're just gonna fit in but live in a lie for the rest of your life. So the question is, what do you want? Thanks for watching. I got nothing but love, and I challenge you to become the best of the best of the best version of yourself. Next week, you don't want to miss this because we're going to talk about depression, and I'll give you my 3 tips to bring it to the next level. So make sure you subscribe to my channel for another episode of How to Win.
All I ever think about is winning. I don't need to fit in. I try to explain again and again, but you never wanna listen. Never wanna push your ambition, straighten your position. I don't know what you meant.